Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. So today we are doing the star sign zodiac reading for all the signs. It's going to be an all signs reading. Today we're going to be talking about your wishes. So every reading is going to be about one of your wishes. I know everybody has lots of wishes, so it's not going to be, it may not even be about that wish, but it will be about one of your wishes. So I'll put the timestamps for each sign's reading in the description, and I will see you there. Oh, wait a minute. So today I'm using the wonderfully whimsical Tarot of the Magical Forest and also the Bone Runes. So that's exciting. So yes, I will put the timestamps in the description, and I will see you there, star signs. Hello, Earth signs. So we are going to start with the Earth signs today. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move the Earth sign representative, which is our malachite for green for north. And although my north is over that way, which is why it usually sits here, because I'm doing this facing east, because that's the direction I'm facing. So I'm going to start with a rune reading for your wish. So this is going to have to do with one of your wishes. Again, I'm using the Bone Runes and the Tarot of the Magical Forest. Oh, you know who I'm reading? I'm reading Taurus. This is the reading for Taurus, and this is about Taurus. This is one of your wishes. So, and then I'm going to do one card to cross-reference. So there is your card to cross-reference. So your central issue, Taurus, is we have Othala reversed. Othala reversed is, well, Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. Reversed, it has to do with letting go of things that no longer serve you. And also sort of a turning away from stagnation. Like you feel like, you've been at this for a while, and you've been, what you have as your home, you kind of want to expand and enrich and maybe just sort of leave behind what you don't need or use from it anymore, and just sort of, it's like a spring cleaning, except it's almost autumn. So anyway, leading up to this, we have Ansus. Ansus is the rune of communication and manifestation. It is reversed. So I'm going to read this as you've had some, I'm going to read this a couple ways. One, you've had some inner communication, some sort of communication with your inner voice, or with your guides, or just sort of you've been thinking about this. You've been silent and spending some time just listening and thinking about this. So this has led you to this, like, we need some, not upheaval, but we need some change. And we need some decluttering. So what will actually help you here is sort of a continuation of this. What's going to help with this wish is sort of, it seems almost counterintuitive, but it's sort of like spend some more time with stillness. We have Isa. Isa is the rune of ice, and it has to do with stillness and clarity. And it's just sort of like, you got this far with this sort of intercommunication thing. Spend a little bit more time. Is that the cat? Yes, she's being a little bit crazy. Right now she's picking the carpet in the front area. So anyway, and also there's people in the hallway, so it's a busy day. So what will help at this point is some stillness, like take a little bit more time of stillness just to get the clarity on what you want. And interestingly, this is sort of where this all comes in, like what we're looking at here. You know what, I'm going to leave this for a sec. I'm going to come back to the cross-reference card. So what doesn't help here is you're kind of worried that you're not going to be strong enough to go through with this. We have Uruz, and it's reversed. So Uruz is the rune of the wild ox. Reversed, in a higher line, it would have to do with inner strength, and it sort of still does, but it has to do with strength and health. And it is reversed, and it's on the lower line. So you're worried, that you might not have the strength available to do this. And you're also worried about that you might not have the inner strength. Like you're worried about your inner strength levels. But you do. You have everything you need. You're incubating it right now. You're building up on that. And just bring yourself back to stillness and letting that clarity flow in. And this will lead you to great joy. This is Vunyo. This is Vunyo upright. It is joy. It's the joy rune. So your wish and the fulfillment of it look pretty good. You're on a good path to get this wish. Now let's come to the cross-reference card. We have the Seven of Cups with this rabbit looking at all their hopes and dreams and different ideas that they have. And this is all about the incubation stage of this wish. Because you do want to enrich your life. You do want your life to be different but better. And right now you're sort of just incubating it and seeing what it could be and sort of testing out different ideas of what it could be. So that, Taurus, is your wish reading. I wish you all the best of luck with that. That's exciting. And I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. So the next sign I am going to read of the earth signs is Virgo. So Virgo, we're going to start with your reading. Let's see what we get for the reading for Virgo. So this is a reading about a wish that you have. It may not be the wish you're thinking of, but it's one of them. It's one of your wishes that we're going to be talking about. They're kind of like teeth when you don't see them with a rune on them. Anyway, because they're bone runes. Okay, Virgo, and here is your cross-reference card. Okay, interesting. So, your central issue for your wish is represented by Tivaz. Now, Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god. It has to do with, yes, picking up and moving forward and getting on with things, but also it has to do with tending duties and responsibilities. So there's some responsibility and there's some duty that you'd like to just really pick up and really address. There's some, maybe even a cause. There's some cause that you really want to take up your sword and drive forward and do something about. What has led up to this is you've sort of been feeling like, you know what, nothing's going to happen unless I make it happen. You know, it's like one of those things, like, if it's in my power to do, I'm going to do it. You know, you control what you can control. And in this case, it's like, why not do it? You know, why not control what you can control? You know, if there's something that's bothering you, and it's really bothering you, and it's been going on for a while, but you have some control over it, absolutely, why not? Let's fix it. So that's sort of what's led you to this point. It's like, there are things I can do, and, you know, darn it, I'm going to pick up and do it. So your wish has to do with something like that. Now, what's helping you is we have Thurizaz. Thurizaz is the rune of the challenge. It's the thorn, it's the giant, it's the gateway, and it's in the upper line. So you're really excited about this challenge. This is a challenge that you are ready to embrace. So fully embracing is what's going to help you the most with this wish. Now, what doesn't help is we have Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need. You may be worried about balancing all of the tendings of all of your needs for this, and you are going to need to make sure that your needs are tended, and that's something for sure. But you're sort of worried about you're worried about that. You're worried about being able to make sure that your needs are tended while you do this, but you're also worried about how much need this is going to be, like how much this is going to constrain you going forward with this. If that starts to be the case, just bring yourself back up here where you're like, you know what, this is the challenge I embrace. This is something that it's all part of it. And if there's needs that need to be tended, then so be it, because that's the challenge that I'm embracing. And with all this, you'll be able to just drive forth into the unknown. We have the blank rune. It's going to be new ground for you. It's a real adventure. And that's exciting. You know, that's really very exciting, and so you'll be driving forth into this. So you looks like you will be able to at least initiate the workings of this wish. For your cross-reference card, we have the Five of Swords. Normally this is like picking up the pieces after a war, but I see this as you've come upon this scene and you're like, you know what, it's the whole let's control what we can, let's drive forward and fix what can be fixed. And this is you picking up the swords that you can pick up and say, let's do this, let's go forward, and let's make a difference and drive forward into new ground and make this wish happen. So wow, that's exciting. So I wish you all the best of luck with that wish. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time, Virgo. Bye. So the next sign I am going to read is Capricorn. So first I'm going to do a little splash reading with the, ooh, that's neat. We just saw that one even though I mixed it. I'm going to do a little splash reading with the bone runes. And we're going to see what your wish is about. And then we're going to throw down a cross-referencing card. Oh, nice! Capricorn, which is the world. So we're going to go from there. So your central issue for your wish is Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of active creation. So it looks like there's something that you want to create, something that you really want to have as a creative project, and just really... Hi, sweetie! Kitty has just come up beside me. That's Freya. She's a tortoiseshell. She's very, very cute and funny. So your wish has to do with creation. Your wish has to do with active creation. Leading up to this, you've actually had a lot of communication and possibly a lot of manifestation as well about things already, and it just feels like the right time. You know, it's like the right time to just like, you know what, this is where I'm going to go for it. I'm going to create this thing that I want to create. Now what will help you is we have Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need. What's going to help is just make sure that all your needs are tended, and then you'll be able to, so it doesn't take that long even though it feels like chores. Get everything in order for yourself. Make sure that you don't have any outstanding needs, and then you'll be able to devote more attention and time and energy to your wish, which is what you're creating, your creations. What doesn't help is you're sort of hesitant, you're worried about starting another journey at this point. You know, it's like maybe it's a bit soon after the previous journey that you just did, or maybe you're just worried about this particular creative journey that you're doing, but try not to let that bother you. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up into where, okay, you know what, maybe I'm just worried about the journey because I'm worried that I won't be prepared. So just do the preparation, you know, make sure that you've had what you need to eat, make sure there's nothing that's bothering you around you that you'll feel compelled to deal with. Deal with it all first, get your needs in order, get enough sleep, and then you'll be able to tend the needs of what you're going to be creating. And what this is going to lead to is, this is kind of like, it's not just that you're going to be working towards something actively creating, but there's going to be an inner birth element to it. We have Berkana reversed. Berkana is the rune of beginnings and birth. It is reversed and it's on the path line. So I'm going to read this a couple ways. One, it's like you're starting to incubate this thing. So it's like it's the birthing process, but it's very, very internal. And two, this is something where you're actually going to be beginning to birth something that's a new aspect of self that you haven't explored before, which is very, very exciting. Our cross-reference card is, of course, the world. We have the cat with the ribbon and all ethereal and with the clouds. Anyway, so it's basically the world's your oyster at this point. You have access to, it's a good way to sort of access more element. And this is what this is talking about. You're going to be accessing another aspect of self that you have not really worked with yet. And it's very, very exciting. So it's sort of, this is something where you've been in communication, you've been manifesting things, but then it's like, you feel like there's this new journey that you need to go on. You're a little bit worried about it because it's new, and also it may be calling on aspects of yourself that you haven't worked with yet, but that's no reason not to do it. So get your ducks in a row, such as they are, and get started. And this is going to lead to a really fascinating new beginning for you internally, very internal. So that, Capricorn, is your reading. I wish you all the best with your wish, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, air signs. So, air signs, what is your wish? So let's find out. So the first air sign I am going to read is Aquarius. I'm just going to move the air sign representative citrine up here. Let's see what wish Aquarius is thinking about today. Wow. There's some exciting runes going down here. So there's the runes, they're bone runes, and let's see what your cross-reference card is. Wow. Aquarius, what are you doing? This is an exciting wish. Okay, so Aquarius, your wish is to get in touch with a lot more energy that is your source energy. We have Sovilo, which is the rune of the sun, and it's a matter of your wish has to do with connecting with source energy, something where you are going to be connecting with what actually nourishes you and gives you energy, like deeply. And this is really exciting. And so what's led up to this is we have Ansus. Ansus is the rune of manifestation and communication. You've been talking about this and with openly with other people even. So you've been sort of discussing this already, and this leads you to your wish of, I want to find what's going to give me the energy that's going to make me want to get up in the morning. You know, I want to find this. I want to tap into this source energy. Now, what's going to help you with that, very interestingly, is we have Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm. It has to do with chaos, but it also has to do with natural energies and natural forces. So whatever this is going to be, you're going to be able to find this through really opening up to your natural, natural energy. So sort of where you are naturally drawn to, just very organically. This is going to be very, very natural, very organic, opening up to whatever the winds decide to tell you about this. It's like really wild. It actually does tie in with this. We'll get to that. What doesn't help you is we have Avaz reversed. Avaz is the rune of the horse. It has to do with movement, but also spirit, and it is reversed on the lower line. And I'm going to say, what will not help is do not rule out spirituality. Don't forget that spirituality doesn't necessarily have to mean religion. You can find spirituality in science. You can find spirituality in nature. You know, you can find spirituality even, you know, with your own mystic endeavors, and it doesn't have to be tied to religion. So don't discount spirituality in this. Don't discount spirit in this. This is how you're going to connect with this. So if you start to feel like, oh, but I can't trust any of this, bring yourself back up into this. It's like, I'm not going to find it without opening up to basically all of nature. So it's basically, it's going to sort of, if it's for me, it will gravitate to me is basically the thing. So it's like you can't find the sun without going through the storm, which is pretty much what the runes are saying, which is wild. But what this will all lead you to is a much greater sense of worth and a much greater sense of personal wealth. It may even lead, not making any promises, but this may even lead to material wealth in this. Because this is Fehu, it's the rune of wealth and worth and cattle and all that good stuff, your movable wealth. And yeah, this is going to lead to great things. So definitely go ahead with that. Your cross-reference card is Judgment, which has to do with, you know, you're basically listening for your call. So you're going to open up and just let the call find you. It's very, very exciting, Aquarius, and I'm excited for you. So all the best with your wish. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. So the next air sign I am going to read is Gemini. So Gemini, I'm going to start with a reading in the middle here, which is with the bone runes, to give you what your wish is going to be about this particular wish that we are discussing. Okay, and here's your card for cross-reference. Very nice. We saw this had a cameo in my opening because I wanted all the aces. I did shuffle them, but it just so happens this one ended up on top. So it all completely corresponds. So your wish, Gemini, has to do with a harvest. We have the harvest rune, which is Yira. It has to do with harvest. It has to do with time as well. So how much time has passed, how much time may be left. But mostly it has to do with bringing something forth. You know, basically reaping what you've sown, harvesting your valuable, profitable crops. And so leading up to this, we had Ansus reversed. Ansus is the rune of communication and manifestation. There was a lot of sort of listening and also inner communication going on, whether it was with your inner voice or just like internal communications, or maybe communications with guides. Who knows, like internal guides. But basically, you've given this a lot of thought, and your wish has to do with this harvest that you want to do. So what will help is we have Avaz. Avaz is the rune of the horse. It has to do with movement and spirit. It is reversed and it's on the upper line. So I'm going to read this a couple ways. First, don't be running around too much. Your harvest is going to come up from the place where you're working on it. So if you're running around too much, it's going to be thinner. So try to keep your running around more or less in, don't run around. Please don't run around. This is where, just focus on this, keep your focus on this, and that will help your harvest. Also, open up your inner world, basically feel the vastness of your internal world, and let your internal spirit carry you through that, because that's actually going to help you with this harvest. What doesn't help is you're kind of worried about what might come up, because what you're doing is pretty out there. It's something that hasn't been done. I get the sense that it's something new that hasn't been done. So you're a little bit worried about it because it is new and it hasn't been done before, but it is not really the problem that you think it will be. Just basically focus on not running around externally so much. Keep your focus on your inner world. You've thought about this a lot. Keep that dream in mind. Keep that wish in mind. Focusing on this. And your next step actually is you are going to be marching to your own drummer. We have Manas reversed. Manas is the rune of humanity, and your place in it. Reversed, it has to do with basically tuning out the din of humanity and focusing on your vision. And so this is all going to be about your vision. Your cross-reference card is the Ace of Pentacles. So it's the beginning of something that it's very grounded, and it's also manifesting, and it's something that might actually lead to something lucrative, which is really exciting. So that's pretty much what your wish is showing here, is like, what profit can you get from your crops? So good luck with that wish, Gemini. I wish you all the best, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. So the next sign I am going to read of the air signs is Libra. Doopy-doopy-doo. So Libra, let's get your wish looked at. Let's see. Ooh. Neat. I am mixing these. I'm getting a lot of the same, which is interesting, but of course they're falling in different places. And here's your cross-reference card. Oh my gosh, Libra. Oh my gosh. Don't be scared. Please don't be scared. A lot of people who don't know see this card in the tarot and they go, oh my god, but it's actually, I'm gonna assuage your fears this minute and say that the death card in tarot does just mean major change. It doesn't mean that. So your wish, Libra, has to do with energy, and it has to do with accessing your source energy, finding a way to get that energy flow in where it will nourish you and keep you energized. Now, leading up to this, we have Avaz reversed. Avaz is the horse rune. Reversed, well, the horse rune has to do with movement and spirit. Reversed, it has to do with you've sort of felt like you haven't been able to run around as much as you'd like to. You haven't had the sort of energy to have the movement that you're looking to have. So maybe that's why you're wishing for more energy. You're wishing for more source energy, a way to access your energy from the source. So what will help you with this is the fact that it is a challenge and it's your challenge. If you embrace this challenge, that's going to help you the most with finding it. So you have much more of a chance of getting there and accessing this source energy and manifesting your wish. If you just embrace this as the challenge that is your assignment. It's very exciting. So what doesn't help, though, is we have Ansus. So Ansus is the rune of communication and manifestation. Mostly communication. I find mostly communication. What doesn't help is you're getting a lot of... It's like the more you talk to people about it, the more conflicting information you're getting and the more confused it gets. And the fact is that nobody's access to source energy is going to be the same as anybody else's. So you can't expect anybody's way that they're accessing their source energy to be what's going to work for you. So try not to worry about the fact that what you're going to end up doing is going to be different from what anybody else is saying. It's your challenge. It's your task. It's your assignment. So let them say what they want. Thank them for their counsel. But you're going to make this change yourself. And what this will lead to is a much greater sense of self-esteem, a much greater confidence, because you will have access to the energy that you need, and a way to access it that is maybe different from anybody else's way to access it, which is fine. So getting back to your cross-reference card, which is interesting because I see this as well as, it's almost like the owl is saying, well, you ought to do blah, blah, blah. And the pig's like, I know what I freaking need to do. So anyway, so you're looking for a way to majorly change the way that you're bringing in energy in this case. And in this case, just reading it off of that, this is the sun, this is the sun. We can usually read this as like the sun setting, but honestly, maybe this is your access and it's open here. It's not open where the owl is, it's open where the pig's heart is. And this is bringing a new way to do it. This is like the way that you're going to change everything, and it's going to be much better for you. Anyway, I see good things for this wish. Good luck with your challenge, and good luck with your wish, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Libras, take care till next time. Bye. Hello, fire signs. So the sign I'm going to read first of the fire signs is Aries. So let's move our little carnelian up to the top for fire. And let's see what let's see what your wish is. Ooh, that's interesting. That is interesting, Aries. I'm just going to throw down a splash reading of the bone runes, and we're going to see what your wish is about. And I'm going to get the cross reference with a tarot card. How is this possible? Oh no, it's a different one. I'm so sorry. I got confused because I thought we had this one before, but we didn't. We had the 5. So I'm confusing myself. Okay, Aries. Your central issue for your wish is Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm, and it has to do with, it's like chaos and natural energies. So your wish is having to do with really accessing or being able to function really well within chaos, which is admirable, but wow, scary. So what has led up to this is we have Tivaz. Tivaz is the rune of Tyr, and Tyr is the warrior god, and it has to do with, yes, picking up sword and going into battle, but it also has to do with tending duties and responsibilities. It is reversed leading up to this. So it looks like maybe you felt disarmed lately. Maybe you feel like you don't have the drive to do things anymore, and maybe there are duties and responsibilities within yourself that you need to deal with, and which has led you to, it's like, if I could just, things are just crazy, and if I could just really find a way to function within that crazy, and become one with it, not like that you want to become crazy, but if I could just basically work within the chaos, then that would be awesome. So what will help you here is we have Laguz reversed, and I'm going to read this a couple ways. Laguz is the rune of it's the rune of the lake. It's water, and it has to do with like emotion, intuition, and heart. And reversed, this is what I'm going to read a couple ways. It has to do with maybe you've been very, 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 very passionate. Like maybe you've just had a lot of emotions going on, and what you're going to want to do to help that is to, instead of letting them overwhelm you, to sort of just take that step back, observe them, and let them be, but they don't have to overwhelm you. So the other way I'm going to read this is to go internally and access your deep inner heart, because that doesn't change. Your deep, deep, deep inner heart is steadfast and steady and can withstand any storm. And no matter what is buffering you, this is this unchanging, like this is this unmoving point that is just always solid and not affected by things. So those are the things that are going to help you with this wish, is accessing that unmovable part of yourself that is just always shining and always, you know, the source of, you know, your heart, your intuition, your emotion, and just this flow that it brings you, that you can carry through into chaos and not be buffeted around. What doesn't help is, okay, two things. One, you're worried about doing your own thing. You're worried about having, you know, being able to, like, standing alone basically amidst the world of humanity, and you're worried about that. At the same time, you're worried about turning against, like, you're worried about humanity not being on your side. So it's like the same thing, but it's not the same thing. You're worried about standing on your own, but you're also worried about the rest of humanity not standing with you. So those are actually not a problem if you bring yourself back up here, tap into your deep inner heart, and go forward with that, letting that protect you in the storm. And what this will lead you to is a much greater strength that you have just never really experienced around you before. With Uruz is the rune of the wild ox, the aurochs, and it has to do with, this is not even inner strength, like there is inner strength here, but this is like this is manifesting like right out around you as you. So you'll be much, much stronger and much more solid coming out of this wish than you were going into it. And our cross-reference card is the Seven of Swords. Normally it's sort of like the thief. It's like the thief who's taking either somebody, it's like, feels like somebody's taking something from you, or else it feels like you're getting away with something. And it's going to feel like that because this is chaos and everybody's running around crazy, and here you are walking very, very solidly. But it's almost like that's the good goal. Like, well, everybody else is distracted and the cat's up on the table. That's cute. You're able to actually continue with most of your faculties, even within this Aries. So that's very exciting. So I wish you all the best with this wish. Take care till next time. See you soon. Bye. And have a lovely day or evening, which I forgot to say. So the next sign, which is a fire sign, which I am going to read, is Leo. So Leo, lion people. I'm going to start with laying down a splash reading for you, Leo, about your wish. So it's going to be 5 runes, and we're going to lay down all about your wish. Ooh, that went down like that. Cool. And finally, Leos, let's see what your cross-reference card is. Ooh, interesting, interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so your wish, Leo, has to do with home. We have Othala, which is the rune of the home and the homeland. Really just you're looking for a good, solid home or feeling of home, like a comfort zone, kind of security and safety kind of thing. This is what you want to, the wish that has come up about for this reading is about. Oh my gosh, grammar. So what will help you, or what led up to this, is you've been actually paying a lot of attention to the needs that you need to tend. We have Nauthiz, that's the rune of need, and you're things have come up that you feel like are constraining you in terms of, I have to deal with this before I can do anything else, because if I don't do this, then I won't feel secure. So your main wish is about finding some way to feel secure and finding a sort of a home, the feeling of home where you are. What will help is we have Sovilo. Sovilo is the sun. Tap into your source energy, whatever it is that gives you the energy that makes you want to wake up in the morning. Whatever it is that nourishes you, tap into that. And it could be something like really silly, but if that's what does it, do it, because it's not silly to you because it works. So do whatever it is that brings you the energy that basically wakes you up and gives you the nourishment that you need to get through the day. That's going to be a huge step towards realizing this wish. What doesn't help is we have, Leo, Lagus on the lower line. Lagus, the rune of water. It's the lake. It has to do with emotion, intuition, and heart. So there's going to be a lot of emotionality that you're worried about, a lot of like passion, things surging up, and it can really sort of get in the way of finding this home, because it's like these things are bothering you, you get passionate about it, and it's like, it drags you down. So if that starts to be the case, take a deep breath, focus on what makes you happy and what makes you energized, and this will drag you out of this state. It will sort of galvanize your focus. And what this will lead to is you will learn new things. Things will be revealed to you that were always there, but that you were just so distracted that you didn't notice. And it will be this big revelation of, it's like your path suddenly appears before you that was always there, but it was like you were so distracted. Suddenly you see the way forward. If you do all this, well, when you do all this, actually, whether or not you do this, because this is your path. So this is what's going to drag you down on it. This is what's going to help you on it. But ultimately, whichever path you go, whichever way through this you're going to go, you're going to see something that is going to get revealed that you didn't know about before, and it's very exciting. And our cross-reference card is the Two of Swords. You're sort of, because this is going on, it's almost sort of manifesting this. You're sort of stuck in between of what you feel like you want to do, like what you feel like, it's like these thoughts that are conflicting. So this will actually galvanize these thoughts. Actually, it's sort of reflected in both of these. So you're sort of stuck here, but you want to be secure in here. Right now you feel like unsettled, but you want to feel settled. You want to feel more comfortable. And when you see this path open before you, you will be galvanized. You'll be able to move forward. And the key is going to be focusing on what brings you your source energy. So that, Leo, is your wish reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. So the next reading I am doing is for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, let's do that quickly. We're going to do a splash reading. Splash reading for Sagittarius about Sagittarius's wish. And then we're going to do a cross-reference card. Nice. Okay, so your central issue is Vunyo reversed. Vunyo is the rune of joy. Reversed, it has to do with your inner joy. So you're trying to find a way to be happy really, really deeply. Leading up to this, there's been a lot of chaos. We have Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm. It has to do with chaos, the uncontrolled, uncontrollables. You really want to be happy. You want to have access to that happiness no matter what's going on around you. What will help is, I'm sorry to say Sagittarius, because I know this is something that's a little bit difficult for us. I am also a Sagittarius, so I completely commiserate. We have Ivaz. Ivaz is the rune of patience. It's the yew tree, so it has to do with patience, slow development, slow growth. So it's going to take some time, but give it the time. Give it the time to really tap into what brings you great joy. Become really aware of that. Take it step by step and find these things day by day. What doesn't help is you're going to feel like you don't have the time. We have Yira. Yira is the rune of the harvest, has to do with also time. How much time has passed already? How little time may be left? Arg. That might drag you down. Try not to let it. This is what you're here for. Focus on just letting this come up, just letting this awareness of what brings you the deepest joy come up. And every time you find one, make note of it. This is part of how you're going to find your way forward. And when you get through this, we have Tivaz reversed. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god. It, yes, has to do with picking up and going, but it also has to do with tending your duties and responsibilities. And this is reversed. So I'm going to read this a couple of ways. One, once you get through this, you're going to be much better equipped to tend your inner duties and responsibilities. But two, you're going to feel like you can lay your sword down. Here you feel like you have to fight everything that's coming at you, even though most things aren't intentionally coming at you. They're just going by you that happen to be in a direction that feels like it's coming at you. They're just going about its business. You'll be able to see which one of those are doing that when you get to this point, and you can put your sword down. You don't have to fight anymore. And your cross-reference card is the Chariot. Triumph of will in difficult circumstances. You are going to be able to be so aware. Your wish is to be so aware of what brings you your inner joy that you can basically steer that. You're like, no, you know what? This isn't for me. most of this isn't for me. If it was for me, I would do something about it, but most of it isn't. I can lay my sword down and I can just drive this chariot and we are good. We can go forward and we can be not stressed and we can be joyful internally. And that, Sagittarius, is your wish reading. So I wish you all the best of luck with that. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, water signs. So, water signs, let's talk about your wishes. So the first water sign I am going to read is Pisces. So let's do, oh, it's a lapis lazuli. It doesn't, I know the blue of it isn't that visible, but it kind of is. So, so anyway, water signs, Pisces, what is your wish about? Okay. And finally, let's draw a cross-reference sword. Oh, dear me, Pisces. So, your central issue is you want to connect with your source energy. We have Sovilo is the rune of the sun, and that has to do with your source energy, whatever it is that gives you the energy to wake up in the morning, get on with, just something what nourishes you in the day. So this is your source energy. Leading up to this, there has been an upset, and I can really see that from your cross-reference card, which is the Three of Swords. Normally, in all the other readings in this session, I've read the cross-reference card last, but this is important enough that I'm going to read it now. So it looks like some great sadness has hit your heart. And that's what this is here. We have Lagus. Lagus is the rune of the heart, intuition and emotion, and it is reversed and it's on the path line. So something has really upset your heart. So you are wishing for the sun to shine again, basically, and also to get your source energy back. What will help you here is we have Kaunas. Kaunas is the rune of fire, but it has to do with something starts small as a spark and expands. So it's just basically saying open up. Expand, basically open up to, just basically open up, be open, and let this opening grow. What doesn't help is we have Fehu reversed. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. It's cattle, basically, and reversed it has to do with, well, sometimes confidence. So I'm going to read this a couple ways. You may not have the confidence. You're worried about whether you have the confidence to do this. But you maybe aren't feeling as worthy as you did before all of this. So that might drag you down. But the thing is that you are. These are just worries. Open up. And when you open up, you're going to open up also to the source energy and moving forward. And what this will lead to is we have Uruz. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox, the aurochs, and it has to do with strength and health. So it's going to make you a lot healthier just to have, if you have this wish, just to open up to it, open up to, accessing your source energy and moving forward, basically, just opening up. And this will lead you to much greater strength, not just internal strength either, because it is upright. So it's going to be like, you're going to feel stronger and healthier in the world. So that, Pisces, is your wish and your reading. I do wish you the best of luck with that. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. So the next sign I am going to read is another water sign, and it's the Cancer sign. So, Cancer the crab. Lovely, lovely Cancer people. Let's see what the runes say your wish is about. Okay. And let's get a cross-reference card here, Cancer, for... Oh, nice. Nice! Okay, so your wish, Cancer people, is has to do with patience and slow growth and development. We have Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew tree, has to do with patience and slow growth. So there's something that you're being really, really, really patient with, and you're but it's you want it to move forward. You want it to keep moving forward. So you're moving forward through this long, slow process, and it's just, one step at a time, and your wish has to do with that process. Leading up to this, there was a great period of constraint and having to tend your needs, and just needs that need to be attended to, like everything. Well, it's upright, so it's not like you had to drop everything, but it was constantly there, like these constant needs that were like there that needed to be addressed. So your wish has to do with just getting, moving forward. It takes a long time, but you just want to keep moving forward on this. What helps is we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing, which is another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god, and it has to do with active creation. Basically, to control what you can, what is going to help you the most. Just like, yes, there's a lot of things out of your control, but find what you can control and control the heck out of it. Not to the point where things are, where everything's strung up and you're going like, the spy in the movie through the lasers, but but basically control what you can and enjoy, and you'll be able to enjoy that actually. Just like, it's like tending a garden. So what doesn't help is, I'm going to read this a couple ways. One, you're going to feel like you're turning away from humanity to do this. We have Manas reversed, but also you're a little worried about listening to your own drummer, basically following your own drummer. Try not to let either of those things bother you. Just control what you can. And you're going to do this very naturally and very organically as you move forward. And what this is eventually going to lead you to is you're not going to feel like you have to run around as much. We have Ivaz, which is the rune of the horse, has to do with movement and also with spirit. So again, I'm going to read this a couple ways. One, you're going to feel like you don't have to move around. You don't have to run around as much. You don't have to expend all this energy. But also, you're going to be a little bit more deeply spiritual. And again, I don't mean spirituality is necessarily as religion. Spirituality could be nature, it could be science, it could be whatever sort of makes you feel at one with the universe. So you're going to have a much better grasp of that at the end of this process. And our cross-reference card is Temperance. See this little sheep with the with the two cups and sort of measuring. And that's sort of this. It's basically, you've been sort of walking this balance for a while, and this is sort of, you want to continue to be able to keep everything balanced, but you still want to control what you can. Like, what's going to help you the most is controlling what you can. So this sheep is giving the focus to what she can control, or he could be a he sheep before the horns. and so controlling what you can, balancing between two worlds, which is also what Ivaz is about. The yew tree goes up and then goes down into the earth, and then goes up and then goes down into the earth, and that's how it grows. So it's about moving between worlds. The sheep is moving between elements, 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. And that's your wish. Again, what's going to help the most is control what you can. So that, Cancer people, is your wish reading. I wish you all the best of luck with that, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. And the next water sign I am reading is Scorpio. So let's see, Scorpio people, what your wish is. Okay. Wow, it's windy out. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's like really, really windy. And the tree that we have outside our window is just making all the wind through the trees noises, and I just love that sound. It's like my favorite sound in the world. Anyway, Scorpio people, let's talk about your wish. And here's the cross-reference card. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so your wish is, it has to do with a major challenge. We have Thurizaz and it's reversed and it's in the central issue spot. So basically there's a challenge that you are facing right now that is your wish. You're sort of, it feels like it's impossible. And as that, I mean, again, in other readings I would always talk about the cross-reference card at the end, but I'm going to actually talk about it right now. Here the little froggy is hesitating over a decision. It's like he's already made his decision, so I think you've already made your decision, but still hesitating. There's still something about the other choice that the little froggy feels like it bears consideration, but really the decision has already been made. So there's a big challenge that you're dealing with, and this is what your wish is about. Leading up to this, you've had a lot of thought about this. You've been thinking a lot about this, just like our froggy. And you've been thinking of it as, sorry, Ansu's rune of communication and manifestation reversed on the path line. So you've been giving this a lot of thought. You've been taking a lot of quiet time thinking about this. A lot of internal dialogue. What will help, and so here you are, you're facing this challenge that's really, really hard. What will help is we have the blank runes. So really open up to your version of the divine. Really just open up, let yourself be very, very open and to just like what it is, because it's basically, you know, I'm going to actually throw down one on top. You're very lucky you get this because nobody else got these. Yes. So open up, and when you open up to the unknown and to the vastness, to the void, you're going to connect with what is your greatest strength. And that's what's going to inform this decision and this challenge, and what's going to get you over the challenge. Now, what doesn't help is you're feeling overwhelmed by this challenge. We have Sovilo, which is the rune of the sun. So that's just this blazing energy that's happening, which is what this challenge is doing to you. And beyond that, you feel really, really constrained by, it's like suddenly all the needs that you ever needed have come into sharp focus. It's like, yes, but all these things I need this, and you're like overriding everything that you might want to move forward with by saying, yes, but what if? And honestly, these are all worries. So this is the worry that's making this overwhelming. But ultimately, if you just sort of are still and let your greatest strength flow through and inform you, you're going to get through that. And you're going to get through that with more like support than you ever thought you could have. This is Algaes, it's the rune of support and protection, and it is upright, so it's not just you that's supporting yourself, it's systems that are going to support you, it's going to be other people that are going to support you, so you're going to find yourself in a very supported place once you connect with the strength that you have and that is around you. You'll be able to step through this challenge, fulfill your wish, and be in a really supported place. So that, Scorpio, is your wish reading. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. It's Ophiuchus time. We have our little Ophiuchus snaky. So the Ophiuchus snaky is going to go right here, and we are going to build our wish reading for the Ophiuchus snaky right in the middle. So Ophiuchus, what have you been wishing for? Ophiuchus has had lots of wishes, and one of them we're going to talk about right now. Okay. So we're laying down 5 bone runes, and we're going to see what your wish is about. And we're going to do a cross-reference card, which I'm going to see if I can make room for. Nice. Okay, so Ophiuchus people. Your wish has to do with Ivaz, which is the rune of patience and slow growth. It's the yew tree. It's progressing steadily towards a goal. So again, we also have, as our cross-reference card, we have the Ace of Wands. So the little frog is holding, the big frog, I guess, because it's coming out of the cloud, is holding a wand. The wand has to do with will and fire. And so this is basically your will. You're starting something that you're moving forward with, and it's step by step, and but you're progressing towards it. So it's this goal that you're progressing towards. Leading up to this, you've just been through one heck of a challenge, Ophiuchus people, like really, really, really like major challenge. Like you didn't think you could get through it, but here you are on the other side of it, starting something new that is your will, that is like something that you are willing to happen, which is great. What will help you is we have Vunyo. Vunyo is the rune of joy, and it is upright. So keep yourself with access to the things that bring you joy. Follow your joy. Your joy will lead you ever onward towards your goal that this wish is about. What won't help you is we have Sovilo. Sovilo is the sun. In the lower line, it has to do with just being overwhelmed, just like things just blazing. Like there's just too much. It's like too much. And you're also worried about your source energy. You're just worried about, do I have the energy to go through with all this? That's also a problem. So that could drag you down if you're worried about that. Try not to let yourself worry too much about that. what will give you the energy that you need and what will give you access to the energy you need is following your joy. So again, if you're worried about that or you're feeling overwhelmed, bring yourself back to, I want to say happy place, but that's so overdone. But bring your focus into what brings you joy. Follow this joy. Your joy is what will get you through it. And what this will lead you to is, we have Isa. Isa is the rune of ice, but it also has to do with stillness. It has to do with clarity. And in the Younger Futhark, which we're not using today, just to bring this into it, there's also a sense of solidity that you may not have had before, that you will be able to feel when you get to this point. So that is your wish reading, Ophiuchus people. So I wish you good luck with this reading, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye!